Welcome to today's stock market news update. Let's start with the latest on tensions between the United States and China over trade and rare earth minerals. On Friday, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social about unusual actions from China. He said they are acting in a hostile way by sending letters to countries around the world about plans to limit exports on rare earth elements and other items, even some not made in China. This could block markets and create problems for many nations, including China itself. Trump noted that the United States has been getting along well with China recently, making this step unexpected. He mentioned that China has built up control over these materials over time, but the United States has even stronger positions it could use. Trump said he might need to respond with financial measures, like raising taxes on Chinese goods entering the United States, and other options are being looked at. In a follow-up post on Truth Social, President Donald Trump said China has taken a strong stance on trade by announcing large export limits starting November 1st, 2025, on many products. He called it unheard of and unfair. In response, starting the same date or earlier if needed, the United States plans to add a 100% tariff on Chinese imports beyond current levels and limit exports of important software. Shifting to the market reaction, a CNBC article reported that United States stock markets lost about $2 trillion in value on Friday after President Donald Trump's social media post. The Standard & Poor 500 index dropped 2.7%, its worst day since early April. This shows how one statement on trade policy can influence the global economy and investor confidence. Now let's look at China's side of the story. A CNBC article reported that China said on Sunday they are not scared of a trade war with the United States. A spokesperson from China's Ministry of Commerce called the United States actions a clear double standard, especially after President Donald Trump's promise of extra 100% tariff on Chinese imports following China's new export limits on rare earth minerals. The spokesperson said threats of high tariffs are not the way to deal with China, and their stance on trade wars is clear. They do not want one, but are ready if it happens. They also pointed out that the United States has long stretched national security ideas to control exports, with over 3,000 items on its list compared to China's approximately 900. Such back and forth could influence markets by raising uncertainty about supply chains for electronics and other goods. On a calmer note, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social yesterday saying, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine." Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. This led to some recovery, as a Yahoo Finance article reported that United States stock futures rose Sunday night after President Donald Trump's newer comments softened his earlier statements on tariffs for Chinese products. He still plans the November 1st start, but hinted at possible agreements in the time left. In related economic data from China, a CNBC article showed that China's exports grew 8.3% in September from the year before, faster than expected and the quickest in 6 months. Imports rose 7.4%, the strongest since April 2024 and better than forecasts. This happened even without a full trade deal with the United States. Strong trade numbers like these could signal resilience in China's economy, which might play into how markets view ongoing disputes. Finally, turning to impacts elsewhere, a Reuters article reported that Taiwan's economy ministry said on Sunday that China's new limits on rare earths should not greatly affect Taiwan's chip industry. The restricted items differ from what the semiconductor sector needs. China added 5 elements to its export controls on Thursday and increased checks for chip users. This could matter for global tech markets, as Taiwan is a major player in chips, potentially easing some supply worries. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to subscribe.